Hi everybody. This Saturday, February the 25th, brings us the first semi-classic of the season, the Omloop Het Nieuwsblad. The course runs over 208 km and includes some well-known features, such as the Wolvenberg and the Berendries, and most importantly, the combination of the Kapelmuur and the Bosberg duo in the finale of the race. As you can see from this overview of the winners of the final 10 editions, it's a course for the classics guys. The duo of punchy climbs deep in the finale make that, except for 2021, where Ballerini won from a group of 44 riders who went to the finish together, the race is usually won solo or in a sprint of 2 to 4 riders. We can also observe that the Belgians tend to do well here, taking 4 out of the 10 last wins. Here's an overview of some of the riders lining up with previous experience in this race, including 5 former winners: Van Avermaet, Van Marke, Stuyven, Stibar and Ballerini. And some additional riders with an above average number of top 10 finishes compared to their number of race starts. Drawing my attention are Trentin, Nase, Sagan, Luke Rowe, Jake Stewart and Victor Kampenaerts. Here's the betting odds at the time of recording, with Pidcock and De Lee being the favourites. Riders to watch in my book are Lampaert at Quickstep. We haven't seen Jumbo-Visma in action yet, but with Wout van Aert absent here, this is a great chance for Benoot, Laporte or Van Baarle to score an early win. Also Tratnik or Van Hooijdonk could do really well here. Also the Grenadiers are showing up with a super strong classic squad, with every rider having the potential to win the Omloop. I'll mainly be eyeing Pidcock, Sheffield and Turner here, all of whom have already shown their good legs during the opening races of the season. At UAE, Welles has shown great form, yet Trentin is the man to watch in my book. He just excels at this type of races. He's been riding into the top 10 here on 5 of his 10 participations. I'll be watching Meus at Bora and Cosnefroid rather than Van Avermaet at AG2R. Kung and Stewart are the men to watch at FDJ. Stewart came second here in 21 on his first participation, and Kung has shown good legs in the Volta a Algarve. At Lotto Destiny, with Kampenaerts not having raced yet this year and De Lee showing crazy form, taking 2 spectacular wins in the Étoile de Bessèges ahead of Pedersen and Cosnefroid, he must be Lotto Destiny's main man. At Bahrain, Mohoric has been taking it relatively calm till now, and I'll be watching Jonathan Milan with interest. He was an absolute beast in the Saudi Tour. Another serious top 10 contender here is Fred Wright. At Trek, Jasper Stuyven is a force to reckon with in this race. He's won here in 2020 and ended up in the top 10 in 5 out of 7 participations. At Intermarché, Page and Bistrom started their year firing on all pistons, and Sepp van Marke at Israel Premier Tech rode in the top 10 here in 6 of his 11 starts, winning the race in 2012 and being on the podium in 2021. At Jaiko Alula, we get Zdenek Stibar, and I'll be watching Kellen O'Brien as well. It's a fairly unknown name who came 7th at the Omloop last year. Alpecin comes with a main contender in the name of Jasper Philipsen. Christophe has lined up here at 9 occasions and never made it into the top 10, yet X-Christophe is a different beast. He's already proven his form by winning a stage in the Volta a Algarve. Another old fox which I refuse to ride off is Peter Sagan, who is on his last road season, and this all gives me a massive long list of 26 riders. Please feel free to leave your thoughts on these names in the comments below. I'd be interested to hear who's your pick for this one. I'm going to go with De Lee and Philipsen as my 4-star favorites. Laporte and Turner get 3 stars. Kung, Benoot and Milan get 2 stars. And Sheffield, Stuyven and Pidcock each get 1 star. Here's the odds you're getting for my top 10 picks at the time of recording. And in terms of podium prediction for the 2023 Omloop Het Nieuwsblad, I'm going with a win by Philipsen ahead of De Lee and Laporte. Thanks for watching, like and subscribe, and see you next time.